Okay, took me like, I want to say 30 minutes to get this started. Maybe a little bit more, like 45. So yeah, let's see who jumps in here. Remove this. This is just much easier because I could get this done within I can get all this stuff done within the hour's time rather than having to do all this stuff. I am going to wait for people to flood in a little bit because I don't announce my streams. These are just kind of random streams. We have a member. Nice to see you joining. Or a one viewer. Later on, I will start announcing streams when I start to do them, so don't worry. But these streams will happen to be random. And most of the time when these streams end up happening is when I either wake up too late or I end up too busy during the day and I can't get out all the news out in a matter of time. Personally, for me, at the moment, doing multiple videos is better for me because I'll be able to get more views and stuff like that from from all those other videos, which helps me immensely compared to streaming right now. But since I can't put out all the videos right now, I have no choice but to do this, so that way I can get all the news out within a timely matter rather than just doing all this. Because I don't have to read all these articles. But now that he's gone, I can just do this. Chill a bit. Cool thing is, though, I can't wait till I start doing the actual streams because this month I should be doing them. It's already April 3rd? Yes, April 3rd. So I'll start be doing those streams way more often than I would be. I just need to find some guests to talk about certain things. And maybe, just maybe, I might have some luck here. Alright, so we're going to do this. I'm going to wait till around the 10-minute mark. Normally it gets where people are going. To fix my sleep schedule among many other things, but this is just one way where I can do it. I need to announce my streams and when I'm going to do them. Interact with chat. And I may not signed in to chat. Well, I gotta go to a secondary browser for that. Well, do I really want to go to a secondary browser to sign into chat to interact with them when I could just look what they're saying and, well, so whatever. we have another great soldier here. All right. Let's see if he stays. Hopefully, everybody hopefully within the 10-15 minute mark, which I've only been streaming for about 5 minutes, I'll keep some of you guys around. You guys can drop the questions down in the chat there. See what you want me to talk about for tomorrow's videos or anything. You can do a little small AMA. I'm just trying to wait for people to come in and filter in a bit. I know some people don't know when I started streaming. I also may believe I'll be having a guest at some point this month. I can't tell you when, but probably this month, most likely, I'll have a guest to where we can have a chat. I don't know who it's going to be or whatever, because I have to start doing a little bit of searching, but I'll start doing stuff like that. I just need to know what my schedule will be and stuff before I can do all this great stuff, so. 4 minutes left, and then I can start my actual stuff here. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna watch that after I'm done with this. Well, this is a very small article. Granted, it's from Rolling Stone, so we take this with a grain of salt, but. But is she wrong, though? Hey, hello, good sir. How is it going? Gonna see on all these great articles and stuff like that. I'm kind of waiting a little bit for people to filter in a little bit because I've only been streaming for like 8 minutes, and this was a random stream. So I'm kind of giving a little bit of people a time to filter in a bit. But instead of looking at my ugly mug, we can just look at this, because this is kind of what's going on here. Nice. Thanks for the view. Hopefully I can get all you guys to actually enjoy it. Also, since you are here, I guess I can announce this. I'll probably be having a guest sometime this month. I'm hoping doing something about doing a show of YouTube. I'm not quite sure exactly what the topic is going to be about, and the guest is probably going to be random. But I will be doing something similar of the sort this month. I just need to get everything in order. What the topic is going to be about. In particular, because kind of a big deal. And as we know, within a month's time, so much news and stuff can happen. It's kind of interesting what we want to really talk about the topics. But I think one of the main topics will always be the Trump indictments and stuff like that, or indictments that is going on, because that's probably a big thing that's going on here in honestly the States. Well, we have hit the 10-minute mark. We have 2 viewers, so I will get directly on to what is going on here. Anybody else that filters in will be fine. I don't want to make this too long because I don't want to waste people's time. Well, we have this, ladies and gentlemen. MTG used a 60 Minutes interview to call Democrats pedophiles. Well, I wouldn't say that all Democrats are pedophiles. I would not say that. Especially when it comes to the general public, because we also have, some general public that are just either ignorant or not known to what's going on. But the politicians, yeah, I may want to even go with that type of faction. I would even say that some Republicans may be teetering onto that line as well, because they're also kind of supporting this type of demographic, this agenda that's been going on. And I don't think that's what we really want today. The program was criticized for spotlighting the divisive congresswoman who has touted conspiracy theories and called for more guns in schools, even in the wake of tragedy, including following the school shooting in Nashville last week, which left 3 children and 3 teachers dead. Well, I actually just watched watched Nick Ricada here, and he did a very good example of pretty much expanding on that maybe schools and guns is not necessarily needed, mostly because the actual very, very low percentage, and this is what he was reading a actual tweet from a guy, I forgot his name, that that was pretty much saying that the amount of school shootings that happen in the U.S. is extremely, extremely small. In fact, it's mostly non-existent. And I would agree with this in that regard, because honestly, when we're going down to talking about with the amount of school shootings, we have millions or thousands upon thousands of schools and public, not even counting public schools, not even counting private schools, and the amount of shootings that actually happens in those schools is extremely low. Yeah, notice how they didn't say Christian. Yeah, exactly. So, it's... So, the matter of fact is that this is the reason why I don't like Rolling Stone, because they're incredibly biased. I do not like them. The only reason why I'm using this is because it kind of shows the one side that they're trying to defend. And yeah, I agree that maybe we don't need guns in schools, in particular in terms of maybe defense, because of what the guy said is extremely low, and that there's politicians that just want to enact or do or feel like they're doing something to actually stay in power or whatever, which that I can completely understand. But at the same time, I also agree that the shooter also targeted a school that had no officers, had no defenses, no nothing. So therefore, they specifically targeted this place besides just it being Christian, and the fact that it had no security. So I agree and disagree with him on that regard. But without further ado, during the segment filmed prior to Trump's indictment, Stahl's Mosley softball interview discussed Greene's rise in the Republican Party and what 60 Minutes described her as America's first populist views, including her assertion that Democrats are a party of pedophiles. She doubled down on Sunday. I would definitely say so. They support grooming children, she claimed, conflating Democrats' support of trans rights to pedophilia. I will 100% actually agree with this in almost every regard, because it's hardly ever any Republicans that we're seeing as of late right now that are not colliding or wanting to agree with the grooming of children. It's only the Democrats that are trying to allow trans people to be in women's schools, bathrooms, etc., and that's pretty much what's just going on. That's what they're advocating for, that's what they're gunning for, and you can't really just deny that. That's what they're doing. And then when you go and look at the drag queen story hour and the 13-year-old that I was apparently dancing provocatively or sexually in at a bar or a club, you see this happen a lot. So it's not too. It really brings a really good point to maybe they might just be grooming the children here. In the 1960s, the first school shooting was stopped because everyone was armed, students and teachers. Yes, exactly, exactly. And we have, for some reason, decided to remove guns from schools. And like I said, we have more guns than people in this country, and there is not nearly enough mass shootings. So, but that's what the Democrats do, right? They ignore the vast amount of people, the majority of people that don't do this, but with a small minority, they pick those and say, we need to ban this. Okay, what about the other hundreds of millions of guns that are out and people, and some even people own, and there is not nearly enough mass shootings to warrant it. And so everybody, they always do this. They never have to take the actual the high percentage and take that by the actual majority of what's happening and see what the actual cause is. I don't like when people or politicians have to put in laws for a very small minority of people that does nothing. It's annoying. So this is pretty much what's going on here. And we have this that's just going on with Brett Baier. Fox News has told multiple U.S. Secret Service agents connected to former President Donald Trump have been subpoenaed and are expected to testify before the D.C. grand jury likely on Friday. The grand jury appearance are related to the special counsel Jack Smith probe into the handling of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. So that's what's going on. And now how these people are like... people are clapping for this and stuff like that, but you guys are all idiots. See, the thing is that this is simple. You guys are clapping because of what you're being told in the media. It's either you guys don't care of what's happening, or you understand that this is actually a political attack, which is horrible for any country. This is third world BS here. Like, we don't go after people because of political affiliation. We go after them because they actually committed crimes. And what we're seeing from Trump is that his actual crimes don't really merit, or they're not even crimes. They're hush money. They're things that she accepted. And in fact, I'm just talking to somebody, I maybe believe last week, about this whole situation as well, to where even she, and she's a Democrat, even she agrees that if Stormy Daniels agreed to take the money, she shouldn't have to say or anything, or Trump should not even be jailed. And this is what she believes. And I think that the reality is that this is true. You take the money, and then now they're going after him for something that he didn't do. This is supposed to be for fraud or something, but there is no fraud. I don't think they have any type of fraud to really go with. So this is what these people are doing here. So these people are absolutely lunatics. They're all lunatics. But again, we have this. New GOP presidential primary traveler group poll showing a changing. Hashtag Donald Trump lead based on indictment talk and actuality. Plus 12 before indictment announcement. Plus 14 after indictment announcement. Plus 33 after actual indictment. So we're going to go over here. I actually apologize for this, guys. So what I may do here, I wonder if I can do this. In fact, because, let's see. Well, this is unfortunate. I have this zoomed in so everybody can't actually view all the stuff that's on the side here. So we have Donald Trump. This is for, I guess this gets the majority of it, right? So pretty much it's at 56.2% here. And who do you plan on supporting Republican presidential primary? Donald Trump is 56.2. Then Ron DeSantis 22.5, and then Liz Cheney is 10.3. Why is Liz Cheney even up here? Excuse me? That's insane. But yeah, it kind of shows that, like, even with this zoomed in picture here, Donald Trump's actual indictment, you can't even see it on the screen if it's zoomed in like this, which is kind of hilarious in its own right. And then you have this with here. Who do you plan on supporting a presidential primary? After Trump declared indictment, 44.4%, and then Ron DeSantis 30.4%, and then 40.3% before he declared. So we have that. And this is backfiring on them massively, I think. I don't think this is... I don't think this is honestly a good look for them, because now you're having somebody obviously get way more people for the Republican primary. And I don't think this is also the GOP. I think that because Trump got like 4 million in a single day after he announced, or the indictment was announced. He got 4 million. He's up to 5 million now. So if he's up to $5 million after all of this, that just can't be just the Republican Party, right? You would assume that's going to be some other people as well that's coming on. I think there's a lot more people that are coming into realization here that this is insane, this is insanity, and we won't stand for this. I don't think they're understanding the majority of Americans do not think the way they do. But of course, it's the very loud minority that has to go out and scream and cause other problems for other people. Which, again, I don't think that this is going to go well as well. I think tomorrow I'll do another video kind of explaining on what's going on here in terms of what's happening to the LGBTQ community. Because it's, now that they're showing from the Gays Against Groomers, it's pretty much showing that that the support for them is actually going down now. Which, again, as I said in my previous videos, that was what's going to happen. We have this here. That is clear. The indictment makes Republicans like Trump more. Sure. This would be true, but I also think that they're ignoring the silent majority of the people that maybe don't agree with this. So, yeah. But this is a hit on them. Now we have this. So we have Virginia Winsome slays with Bill Maher, real timers. I'm a parent and I'm a parent all day. I don't co-parent. Anything happens to little Johnny, you're calling me the audience. Most classical liberals applaud because she talks common sense. Bonus, she stuns in pink. So we're gonna go take a look at this video here, to where this woman actually, she really just lays down the law.
Here's the thing. I'm a parent all day. I get to decide what happens in my child's life. Not you, not the government, not anybody. I don't co-parent. I had this child. I'm responsible for this child. Anything happens to little Johnny, you're calling me, right? As you should. Right. So what I'm saying, hang on. So what I'm saying now is, if I don't want my child given lap dances at school by a drag queen, I don't want it done.
Right.
That's happening.
But do you think the state should have the right? Do you think the state should have the right to interfere?
I'm talking about as a parent.
Well,
I am a parent. Forget the state.
And to add this to as well, to what she's saying is that we had AOC actively go out and say that parents should not have the right to pretty much show or parent the kids the way they need to. AOC has gone out and said this. So I don't know, like, where these people are going at with this, but she is 100% right. Every parent has the right to teach and parent the way they want their kids to be parented at, regardless of the situation. The government should have no authority, no power on how your kids are raised, because we all know on how the government is going to actually do this. And it's hilarious on the fact that this woman is speaking so much sense, and of course, as they say, most classic liberals applaud because she talks common sense. And I agree. I think majority of people think this way. And this is the reason why. People are seeing that the trans community, the trans activists are going after people's kids. And the reason why the LGBTQ support is down is because the trans activists are out supporting this stuff and going after their children, and people don't want that. So it's an issue. I will definitely be doing more reporting on some of this stuff tomorrow, but I just don't want to make this video too long because I didn't have enough time to do all single videos at once, just mostly due to the fact that, well, I can get all this stuff done within an hour. I can't get this done within an hour's time because with all the editing and stuff like that, I can't get it all done in time. But this is much easier.
I'm a parent.
Lap dances.
This is my child.
I
will make a decision about what happens with my child.
I'm not sure lap dances.
It's happening. Don't you see it?
There's drag queen story hour. There are definitely drag queens reading to children.
There are drag queens that are doing pole dances. There are drag queens that are
in school.
You.
What?
Bill, you gotta read more.
I guess I do.
Yeah, and I don't think Bill Maher is wrong in this. I think he's just ignorant. I don't think he knows, because if he did know that there were people that were doing lap dances and stuff like that, he would definitely think otherwise, right? And that's true. Where is this? I think I have this article somewhere near up here, to where it is doing an actual lap dance. I think I have all this other stuff, but I don't have any of it. I don't think I have. Okay, I didn't put that in here. Well, we're gonna do this, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna do all this great stuff. Lap dance child. I think, there we go. This is where it is. So, I guess I removed this from here. But, there we go. And we have this. See, drag queen performs lap dance on student and gyrates in front of cheering children at Pride event for high schoolers in North Carolina. Yeah, see. Oops. Bill Maher doesn't know. He simply just does not know. Like, let's kind of like go back here as well. You gotta refresh everybody's minds.
Drag queens that are doing pole dances. There are drag queens that are
in school.
You.
What?
Bill, you gotta read more.
I guess I do.
He doesn't even know. He's shocked. He doesn't think that's happening. But as we see here, yeah, drag queen performs lap dance on student, and we see this. Look at this. This is not something that you would that should be allowed at all. This is what's happening. And these are teenagers and stuff like that and what have you. This is what's going on. And we as a country want to allow this for some apparent reason. We as a country. I don't understand. Except now that doesn't flag people nice since Twitter allows it. Yeah, I agree in that sense. Yeah. It's insane. I think Twitter has gotten a lot better with Elon Musk, but there are some things that Elon Musk is doing that I question, man. That I just question on what Elon Musk does, because it's disturbing. But it's definitely a lot better, but it still needs improvement. It still definitely needs improvement. YouTube launches attack on Crowder for exposing the sexualization of children and criticizing trans shooter. Yes, so Crowder, I don't think I put this in here, but Crowder definitely did. Actually, maybe did I? I probably did, because this is a bigger issue. Normally, I don't talk too much about YouTubers and stuff like that, or what have you, because I kind of want to be my own independent person. But this is kind of a big deal, because YouTube is also obviously attacking Crowder, and this is kind of what's been going on here. And the neo-Mohan regime at YouTube has begun. We have 3 of our posts removed from the platform. Yes, they still are on Rumble. First, the Phil and Chitzer, the truth from A to Z was removed under the elusive hate speech policy. Second, we're back at wait, Trump is going to jail was removed under elusive harassment policy. Side note, this is also the video we were exposed to new CEO Neil Mohan. Third, over the Crowd's bite. Crowder reacts to 13-year-old drag performer twerking on stage. I actually did not report on that. And I most likely definitely should have. Because that one is beyond disturbing. And this is stuff that the Democrats support, by the way. This is not something that they don't. What is removed under the policy against statements that sexualize minors. See, sexualize minors. Yeah. So, again, we have YouTube that is removing this stuff because of sexualizing minors, but they're all the same people that support this stuff. They're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. I hate this website. I cannot wait until I can actually officially be on Rumble and use Rumble as my main source of income and stuff like that. I don't get paid on YouTube right now because I don't reach the subscriber threshold or the actual amount of views watched. I just don't right now, which is unfortunate. But, I'm going to keep pounding away, keep on working, and, eventually I'll get there. But I don't like YouTube. I hate YouTube. But YouTube, unfortunately, is the best way for me to start and grow and obviously work on my other platforms. I don't do much on Odyssey. I don't post much on Odyssey because Odyssey's weird the way it uploads, and I just like Rumble significantly better. And I don't think Rumble is going to go out and ban any of my stuff or whatever. I mean, they have Decrocata on. If they have Decrocata on, I think almost my stuff is safe. My stuff is extremely tame compared to his. This is exactly what we warned against. The left can enact a policy to transition your children and put them on a stripper pole. And when one of their deranged dogmatics unmurders your children, you best not speak about it. They are coming after your children. They will try to silence you. We will not take part in their lies, and we sure as hell won't lie in the pockets of the liars. Louder with Color will still be streaming on Monday, on Rumble, and on Mug Club. And I'll have a lot more to say Monday morning. April 3rd at 10 a.m. Eastern. For now, make sure you are signed up for the Mug Club, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, so they're going after Crowder, and for all the stuff that he's posting and all stuff like that. It's actually insane. But this is to expect on YouTube. Anytime that I can get eaten. Even me, being very brief on this channel, already got us one strike on it. I think it's gone now, because it's only my first strike. But that for doing something about the whole COVID thing. Like, this platform is just terrible. But, of course, I have to cater to it. But I enjoy every last viewer that comes into my channel to view my stuff, to at least subscribe, at least comments, likes. Love you all. It's been great to have everybody talk about my view my stuff. I'm just a guy, a young black man here, just screaming on a webcam here, and everybody, you guys seem to support. So thank you very much. So we have this. AOC burner account. Now, I had a guy that I assume he unsubscribed, and I don't want anybody to unsubscribe from my channel, but I also want to make sure that I earn your subscription, because if I don't, then I obviously have to do better. But he unsubscribed from my channel for talking about AOC or stuff or whatever that's going on in the world. And obviously, I don't try to talk about stupid stuff. I actually avoid a lot of things that I think that are kind of pointless because, it's no point. But this is hilarious. This is with AOC. AOC has burned accounts. I responded to one of her posts reminding her that she needs money to Nazis. And some random account responded to me speaking in first person as if I attacked them. Then that same person deleted the tweets. Now, I don't have a Twitter burner account. I don't really find any point to it, mostly because, well, I don't post enough on Twitter. But at the same time, I don't think having a burner account is necessarily bad. However, a burner account in this instance to where stuff like this, yeah. So we have this. Alexander Ocasio-Cortez, you bet I did. NYC doesn't play with bigots and transphobes, and neither do I. Have a great day. It says, but you vote to send money to Nazis and to fund the Israeli apartheid. I think that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if I don't. But hey, at least you stood up to a TikTok star. It goes on to say, and then we have Zaza Demon here, laugh aloud, and what makes you think that I did anything to support Nazis? You're delusional, seek help. So, yeah, and then they go and just deleted the tweet. Yeah, hilarious, really. And she also blocked me from her burner. It just keeps getting better. And then we have this from here. And there's more. There's more. Don't count me out yet. We have more. Don't worry. Real Nicole House. I got the archive. AOC tried to play it off, then deleted her account. I'm dying. And then we have more stuff there. Never forget that Ben Shapiro's Twitter feed was the top of a list of the Quebec boss shooters' Twitter sources before he committed this horrifying act of violence. Then we have Zaza Demon, which is allegedly AOC. Wow, the schizophrenic Twitter guy cracked the code. Yes, I'm AOC or whatever. Ooh, I'm in your walls. So, and then suspiciously specific denial. Suspiciously specific denial. It goes, I didn't fuck a corpse. I didn't come on a corpse. I didn't put my pussy anywhere near a corpse. I've never done anything weird with a corpse. This Twitter has been deleted. Well, this is interesting because this is also Demon retweeted that. Reviewing the archive tweets, Insta still can't confirm it's her. She said some weird shit. So the main theory would be that the real House replied to AOC's post, but they had retweeted by the burner. So the burner thought that he was talking to them. That would mean they immediately deleted the tweet and nuked their account, which is sus. Can't confirm, still funny to be honest. To be determined. Also, this chick with a fat ass is annoying me in my comments. Just putting that out there. So, we have that, and then we have more. So, we're going to read this here because this whole thing will move over Prior Deflecto. It looks like as if AOC has a burner account, and it's a doozy. Well, we'll see this here. The account, Zaza Mocha, Zaza Demon, has always been deleted, but screenshots abound, and there is evidence plenty that it was AOC's account. First, the name Zaza can be a short form of Alexander, or of course, Alexandria, but that's not what's tied the account to AOC. The congresswoman did that herself by replying as AOC on the Zaza Demon account, forgetting to switch back to her main account. On April 1st, AOC defended her rudeness to Chirechik. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I apologize if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. That is, libs of TikTok by tweeting, NYC doesn't play with bigots and transphobes, and neither do I. The other Twitter user responded by attacking AOC from the left, but you vote to send money and Nazis, blah, 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 blah. So, we have that here, and we have this as well. Zaza Demon also spoke in defense of AOC. When another Twitter will use to criticize her for her interactions with that chick, you didn't even recognize her when you took a photo with her. Zaza Demon replied, is that supposed to mean anything besides how forgettable and basic Libs of TikTok is? She's a worthless cunt. Your language is as charming as it is compelling, Congresswoman. Worst of all was when Matt Walsh tweeted this on March 28th. I came to the conclusion years ago that the trans movement is the greatest evil our country faces. I only became more and more sure of this fact with each passing day, and more determined to oppose it until my last breath. That was far too much for Zaza Demon, whose replied, you are a hateful little freak, and I can't wait until you piss off a trans person that actually is as hinged as you claim to say they all are. Can't be a bigot if you're no longer breathing. Is wishing death on a political opponent worthy of discriminatory action in Congress? Don't hold your breath. That would only be the case if AOC were an America First patriot. So yeah, we see this here. So it doesn't seem that AOC is doing too great in this aspect of all this. So we're going to do more here. So we have this, all this is being true. And then we have more from Ian Mouse Young, whatever this guy, this guy's weird to me. Here's another fascinating addition to CC. You didn't even recognize her when you took a photo with her. Is that supposed to mean anything besides how forgettable and basic Libs of TikTok is? She's a worthless cunt. So you have more, all this stuff here. More information. And we have with this hilarity account. This dude found AOC's burner account. Hilarity ensues. We're going to read more of this. Listen to this and see what's going on here. Well, maybe not to all of it, but good morning, Jordy.
Y'all never gonna believe this. So here I am, minding my own business, going around Twitter, calling out politicians' blatant hypocrisy like I normally do. And I come across a video from AOC. So in this particular video, AOC meets the creator of Libs of TikTok for the second time, but this time she acted super outraged. She said, you're actually transphobic and I don't want to share any space with you. And she was like super brave all of a sudden, right? So I just reminded her that she isn't actually all that brave and she's actually not all that much of an ally and she's not as averse to bigots as she pretends to be at times, right? So as you can see right here, I said, but you vote to send money to Nazis and to fund the Israeli apartheid. But at least you stood up to a TikTok star. And this account randomly responds to me saying, LOL, and what makes you think that I did anything to support Nazis? You're delusional. Seek help. Obviously, I thought that was a little bit peculiar because all of a sudden this random account speaking in first person.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the big thing here. I mean, I also have more information here. Where was I? Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. That's the one thing that's interesting to this is that she blocked him. She blocked him for pretty much calling her out, which is odd after him calling out the politician. So with that being said, it's kind of interesting on what she's doing here. And we have this. Doesn't matter. So we have this with Matt Walsh and kind of calling out. Doesn't matter. AOC has to denounce this rhetoric or she supports it. Those are the rules you people established. This is from David Weissman. You realize there's no real proof that that was AOC, right? Or are you just doing this for clicks and likes because you're desperate for attention? As to whether this is AOC's account, I have no idea. Some of the circumstantial evidence is interesting, but it's impossible for me to know. That's why AOC needs to come out and address it. Yeah, because if somebody is accusing her of essentially being this person, and that's not happening, well, I would first come out and denounce it because it's just stupid. But she's not doing that. And this is from Major Taylor Green. This you AOC Zaza Demon is your burner account? That is a disturbing name. Excited to see an unhinged trans murder of a member of the conservative press, Matt Walsh? Yes, that is demonic, so the name fits. So yeah, this is interesting. Now, there's more to this, obviously. We have, because we have more confirmation. Someone's found AOC's burner account after they replied to someone in the first person, deleted and blocked. I'm looking at the other tweets and this shit looks real. So, we're gonna go through this. Nothing tops this dress pure style. Cry harder. Which is obviously from one person. Dude, WAPO is not a source. That's like liking to AOC for a source. You gotta know the difference between an opinion piece and an actual journalism. If you actually read the article posted, it literally disproves itself. Not to mention, God disproves it in the video mentioned. You're a hopeless sheep. This goes on to more to say you didn't even recognize her when you took a photo with her. Is that supposed to mean anything besides how forgettable and basic libs of TikTok is? She's a worthless cunt. So yeah, again, more of this stuff happening here. And we're seeing more as a form of confirmation when you use the username or the logo, all the links to her official account. This is just continuously going here, where it shows where you type in Zaza, and then you have this is all showing to like AOC linking to this stuff. So it's kind of interesting that this is going on. But we're going to do the bigger stuff here, the big thing that's going on. We have far-right influencer convicted in an effort to use fake messages to try to trick Clinton's voters in suppression scheme. Douglas Mackley, 33, of West Palm Beach, Florida, was convicted in Brooklyn federal court before Judge Ann M. Donnelly after a one-week trial. On the internet, he was known as Vigley Vaughn. In 2016, Mackey had about 58,000 Twitter followers and was ranked by the MIT Media Lab as the 107th most important influencer of the upcoming presidential election. Prosecutors said he described himself as an American nationalist who regularly tweeted Trump and promoted conspiracy theories about voter fraud. Today's verdict. His lawyer, Andrew Fish, said in an email that the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Manhattan will have multiple reasons to choose from to vacate the conviction. We are optimistic about our chances on appeal, Fish said. U.S. Attorney Bryn Pease said in a release that the jury rejected Mackey's cynical attempt to use the First Amendment free speech protections to shield himself from criminal liability for a voter suppression scheme. Today's verdict proves that the defendant's fraudulent actions cross a line into criminality, he said. The government alleged that from September 2016 to November 2016, Mackey conspired with several other internet influencers to spread fraudulent messages to Clinton supporters. Prosecutors during the trial that Mackey urged supporters of then Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton to vote via text messages or social media, knowing that those endorsements were not legally valid votes. About the same time, prosecutors said he was sending tweets suggesting that it was important to limit blank turnout at voting booths. One tweet he sent showed a photo of a black woman with a Clinton campaign sign encouraging people to avoid the line and vote from home, court paper said. Using social media pages, one image encouraging phony votes utilized a font similar to one used by the Clinton campaign in Clinton ads, prosecutors said. Others tried to mimic Clinton's ads in other ways, they added. By election day in 2016, at least 4,900 unique telephone numbers texted Hillary or something similar to text number that was spread by multiple sets of campaign images tweeted by Mackey and co-proprietors, prosecutors said. Twitter has said it worked closely with appropriate authorities on the issue. So yeah, essentially this man here is being convicted of pretty much trying to, over a meme. Over what he was talking about Hillary Clinton. And that's disturbing. So, apparently in this country, even though we have freedom of speech, we cannot be allowed to criticize politicians that we apparently don't agree with, and we will be put in jail for it. That's insanity in every regard. This is the problem. All these people that we're seeing as of this year are being convicted and attacked politically. And we're after the whole thing with Biden pretty much saying that the Republicans or the what have you are bad people, evil people, want to take over this country and stuff like that. And we're seeing more and more of this, of people, innocent civilians, being attacked or taken down, jailed, wrongfully or definitely illegally because over our speech or our right to protest, etc., etc. Or the government actively going after people because of whatever reason. And that's a massive problem. The fact that this is going on should be ringing alarming bells and huge issues for people. Because, again, the majority of Americans do not agree with this type of stuff. They do not agree going after people politically. They do not agree with what's going on here. And the government is still going to attack you. This is the reason why I never believe in the government, never trust the government, never follow the government. Always fight back against the government because they are here to destroy your lives. That's just plain and simple. Whether it's Republican or Democrat, that's pretty much their goal. Andrew Tate is released from jail and placed under house arrest. Now, normally I don't do stuff like this because I don't really care for Andrew Tate for the most part. Just because it's Andrew Tate, I'm not really a huge fan of him. But I also agree that this man is not necessarily what I think did these things. He was accused of a rape or something, and there's been multiple, I've done videos of this before, to where these girls were lying about him, and he was arrested on maybe false pretenses. And, yeah, so he's been released from jail. Andrew Tate insists he is 0% guilty after his release from Romanian jail as he faces human trafficking, rape, and crime gang charges. So that's what's going on here. He's been released. Tater. Okay. Well, we're just going to keep on butchering his name, I guess. That's what we're going to do. Tate, 36, later broke his silence by claiming there was 0% chance of him being found guilty before uploading the strange topless video back at the Romanian residence he was arrested at on December 29th. Tate was released on December 29th in Bucharest along with Tristan and 2 Romanian women. Lana Radu, 32, and Georgia Nigel, 28, on suspicion of several offenses in forming an organized crime group to exploit victims. So yeah, speaking of after his release, Tate said, "Freedom at last. It's a bit emotional. I've been in one room since last year, so it's a little bit emotional. I want to give respect firstly to the judges who heard us today because they were very attentive and they listened to us and let us free, so I have to give salute respect to them. I have no resentment in my heart for the country of Romania or anyone else. I just believe in the truth. I believe in God, and the fire of truth will eventually destroy all lies, and anybody who lies on long enough time frame will sting them of regret, and I believe in this. I truly believe that justice will be served in the end. There is 0% chance of me being found guilty of something I have not done. I maintain my absolute innocence, and I think most people understand this, and I look forward to being home." Tate also claimed that now he is absolute clarity of thought and bizarre topless video of him pacing backwards and forwards while smoking a cigar at his home after he was released from jail on house arrest. Yeah, so, again, these are kind of the people that are going out. There's also been people that are going out to defend Tate. And normally when you have things like this, this is what happens. But that's pretty much end of all the crazy articles that's happening today, guys. But at the end of the day, what we're having here is that we're having people falling jailed across the country, across the world, Tate being one of them, and then people obviously wanting to go out and actively attack people for politically. One guy being jailed or criminally charged over a meme. Trump and his secret services being attacked for hush money that obviously is not illegal and is a normal thing there. Of course, especially in terms of what we go over with Kayla Law and his lawyers, and the lawyers talking about it. So a lot of crazy stuff is happening in this country, and I think that if we don't speak our mind and we don't try to get out more voices out there, that we'll make another, God forbid, another Democratic person. Now, and I want to make this perfectly clear. I understand that maybe some of you want just Ron DeSantis. Maybe some of you just want Donald Trump. But let me put this clear. If we don't at least vote for one Republican, regardless of whether it's Trump or DeSantis, we're gunning for a huge issue in terms of that means you're letting the Democrats win again and absolutely destroying this country. Because 4 more years of a Democratic held power, you're going to see all the Democrats go full force against Republicans, because it's going to get a lot worse, against people like you and me, normal people. You're trying to live life for things that we say. We'll be in a true, honest to God, communism/socialism type deal. We will be there. I will 100% guarantee that. On top of that, we would also be under the threat of our American dollar is already seeming to be going away, as it is. So the other countries are trying to adapt to another dollar, another currency. That's the reality that's happening here. So if we don't vote for a Republican, at least any Republican for that matter, I said for maybe a few rhinos because it doesn't really change anything, we're screwed. So we need to let our biases and our whatever be withdrawn. If it's going to be Ron DeSantis that's going to come up for presidency, vote for him. If it's going to be Trump that goes for it, right now I kind of prefer Trump because I think he'll lay down the order and law because of how he's been treated really hard. I would go for him mostly. But regardless, I would vote for either one of them or any other Republican because right now we have to defeat the Democrats. We just have to. We have no choice. If we don't do that, then we're going to be an issue. So we have to leave our biases, our anger behind. Let's not do this divisive BS. Let's be able to fight the Democrats as a unity, as one whole people, so that way we can save our country at the very least, and maybe have a place to where our kids and our future family members can live in, so they're not under a complete democratic communism rule, because that's just what's going to end up happening, because people need to be jailed. All right, guys. Thanks very much for the views. Thanks you very for commenting and leaving stuff here and, supporting the channel. Love you guys very much. It's been an honor to do this for the past year. It's not quite a year and a half, but it's been almost a full year, and I am super happy about it. And thanks for all of it, and take care. See you guys tomorrow, because